What's up, football heads? Welcome back to that show. I am Kyle. He is Caesar, and this is Noob Football Picks, Week 5, 2025. We're at it. We're out of September. All the football that doesn't really mean anything. You just
It's
got to
done.
make sure you don't. They always say you can't win the Super Bowl in September, but you can lose it. As long as your team is somewhere in the mix, you got a lot of good football in front of you. Now we're into serious fall football. I'm excited. Not really, because the Vikings are just decimated with injuries, but it is what it is. How you feeling going into week 5?
I'm feeling great. I'm feeling the opposite of what the Titans are feeling or the Saints are feeling. So I'm feeling fantastic because I am 4-0. The Eagles are 4-0. Defending champions are going out strong. So I'm
You're
happy as
4-0.
yeah.
Caesar's out there. He puts on his Jalen Hurts mask and rolls out there. And that's why Jalen
I'm on
Hurts
the
never speaks,
trenches.
because he doesn't want people to find out it's Caesar with a Puerto Rican accent.
Oh man, I'm happy about it. I'm excited about the new month of football. Last month was good. It was interesting. We had a lot of surprises. We had a tie, and
I called the tie, just wrong game. Wrong game.
I mean, it was one of those weird curiousness where, like, I feel like as I was watching, like, are either team trying to win this game? Or are they just trying to lose?
Is
Like,
either
what is going on?
defense trying to win this game? The answer is no, not at all, not even close.
But yeah,
Yeah, that was rough to watch. I talked about the tie on the flagship show, but we got to get rid of that shit. It's football, man. It's
yeah,
un-American.
it ain't
We don't
soccer.
tie in the West. Yeah,
This ain't
ridiculous.
soccer. You're not gonna get like you're not gonna get anywhere with 1 point from a tie that you're like. It doesn't do anything for you. Might do a tiebreaker, no, because the chances of an NFL game ending in a tie are slim. And you getting a tie, that means that you are more than likely not gonna win a tiebreaker.
Well, I've been having conversations all week about ties and the overtime rules, and like,
Just
first of
make
all,
it
we
7
got to bring back sudden death, and my
Yeah.
Vikings are partly to, well, you know what? No, Sean Payton and the Saints are to blame for this, because they beat us in the championship game. Bounty Gate took all the scandal of it, but right after the game, because went to overtime, Saints win the coin toss. They go right down the field, kick field goal. They go to the Super Bowl. I don't remember it because I blacked out by like halfway through the first quarter because Adrian Peterson fumbled a bunch of times, and like my brain has locked memories of that game in a deep dark place in the recesses of my mind. Shouts out to loyal listener Robert Coe in Brooklyn, because he was with me for that game and he saw me in a very dark place, just destroying things, throwing shit around the apartment. It is the worst I have ever acted, possibly in my entire life. But after the game, everyone's like, "Oh, it's not fair. Brett Favre didn't get a chance to go down and tie or win the game after Drew Brees." And it's like, you had 60 minutes to win the game, dude.
Yeah. You didn't
Maybe
get it
don't
done?
throw a bad interception across your body at the end of regulation and go kick the field goal with one of the best field goal kickers in the league. Maybe don't do that. You don't need the chance. Or don't fumble it 5 times. Or don't have 12 men in the fucking huddle out of a timeout and you're in field goal range. What are we doing? It was 16 years ago. I'm not over it. I'll never be over it. It's ridiculous. The football gods did everything they could to give us that game. They said, "You guys keep screwing this up, but here's another chance and another chance." And then Brett Favre's like, "Nope, go fuck yourself." But
The story
here's
of
what
the
I came
Vikings
up
in the
with.
playoffs.
Hey, at least when we lost to the Eagles in 2017, like it started out hot, go right down the field, touchdown, 3-and-out for the Eagles. We get the ball back. It's like, here we go, baby. This is it. Couldn't be any better. We're going to go to the Super Bowl and we're going to beat the Eagles to do it. Pick 6. They don't score another point. Eagles just – by the end of that game, I was already over it. It was like, I don't know, 50 minutes of game time of just laying on the floor in my underwear, trying not to sob. And that was that. But I blame myself. I left the room and I went into another room where there was an Eagles fan watching the game. And if I didn't leave the room, the Vikings would have won. It's on me. It's on me.
Bad juju.
Right? You gotta watch the tape. get better, and we won't make the same mistakes next time. You got to correct the correctables,
I
and
got my figurines, man. I got my
just get
figurines.
back in the
Usually is
lab.
important for a game. My figurines, they were not pointing in the direction they were supposed to be pointing. As the Eagles were facing a little opposite direction down the field. And I
Yeah,
said,
there you
no,
go.
I got to move them around. I got to face them correctly. Bam.
That's the type of psychosis I love. I would love to make a documentary about sports superstitions and how just psychotic we all are. Like,
It worked.
I
We
gotta
bugged
be.
that field goal against the Rams.
I have this terrible vaping addiction, and it's like it's if the score bug on the bottom. If you're at home, I have to the team that I'm rooting for. It's got to be in my right hand, and then the thing at the top is on which side of the field that they're going, and then you gotta take a drag before the play, but you can't do it two plays in a row. So I usually do first down and third down,
Oh, I got to take
and
a sip of beer before they snap the ball. If they
it's
don't,
insanity,
if I
dude.
don't have that sip of beer in my mouth before they snap the ball, they're fucking up that play. They're not gonna make that play. They're not gonna make it first down. They might get a fumble. He got sacked the last time I did that. So no, I gotta get a sip of beer before they
It
snap.
happens every time, dude. Every time when you notice that you did something wrong as the play's unfolding, it's always disaster. Or if like right at the last second you correct yourself, it's like a run for like 1 yard, and you're like, all right, that's on me, but at least we didn't
Yeah,
fumble, we didn't throw a pick. Oh my god, sports fans are the dumbest human beings on the face of the planet. It's fantastic.
or
But
are we using
before
our
we
full potential?
Yeah, maybe. I see. I believe in that shit, man. Like the 2015, the Vikings made the playoffs, beat Green Bay in Green Bay, Week 17 to clinch the division, get a home playoff game against the two-time defending NFC champion Seattle Seahawks. Teddy walks us down the field. It was like minus 15, minus 40 degrees with the wind chill. Shouts out the late great Bud Grant walked out there for the coin toss in a short sleeve T-shirt. Um,
In the
walks
frozen
right down
tundra?
the field. It was like a 38-yard field goal. Blair Walsh had been aces since he was drafted, and I'm like 2 inches from the TV. I'm in the athletic position. I'm leaned in, and I'm like whispering under my breath, "He's gonna make it. He's gonna make it." In the back of my mind, I'm like, he's gonna miss it. He's gonna miss it. And I know, I'm telling you, every Vikings fan on earth was thinking he's gonna miss this kick. And when you have millions of people willing something into existence, it happens. It happens, and it happened. And then Teddy blows his knee out, and I had to wait 10 years for my godson, J.J. McCarthy, to get drafted. Now he's got another knee injury. So here we are. All my favorite quarterbacks blow out their knees, but it is what it is. But real quick, before we get into the games, I want to run by you my idea for overtime, because we gotta erase, the Bills. Oh, Josh Allen should have got a chance, and the Vikings and Saints, Brett Favre should have got a chance. Fuck that. Football doesn't need to be fair. You got
Yep.
60 minutes to win the game. You didn't win the game too bad. So here's my proposal. Sudden death, one drive. One team gets the ball. They got to score a touchdown. If they score a touchdown, they win. If they don't score a touchdown, the other team wins. That's it. And to determine who gets the ball first, we're not flipping a coin, because coins ain't football. What we're going to do is, because special teams is important, you put both kickers out there, and they're going to they kick a 45-yarder. If they both make it, then they kick a 50-yarder. If they both make it, then it's a 55-yarder. And until one makes it and one misses, we keep going. Whoever makes the last one, their team gets to choose. We want to be on offense or defense. Then we have the one drive, and that's it. It cuts down on the game time, because they cut it from 15 minutes to 10 minutes, which is ridiculous. Like the Packers and Cowboys, they each got one drive, and the Packers, by the time they got down to the red zone, they were up against the clock, and Matt LaFleur obviously fucked up I guess I'm not LaFleur. Jordan Love fucked up the time and game management on that. But what do you think about that? I feel like that's like, it's sudden death. It's fair. Offense, defense, and special teams are involved.
I don't know. I'm not sure if I like that you get everybody involved, but I'm not. I don't think it's the fact that you only get one team to one drive. If you don't get it, then the other team wins. Like I feel like both teams need to get a shot at actually making that one last point. Like
Fuck
if
that.
you don't make it, all right, then the other team has a chance. If they make it, you're fucked. If they don't make it, then you have one last chance. If you don't fucking get it done, that's it. That's on you. So I
You know
feel
what I
like
say to that? If you can't get it done on offense or defense or on defense, and we should get a shot, deal with it. It's football. If you want to win a championship,
for
you got to
those
be
of
able to
you
play
listening,
offense and
for those
defense.
of you listening on the podcast, Kyle McQueen just put himself into some clip-on sunglasses as he said, "Deal with it," just in case you didn't see it.
Yeah, it's a meme show. I don't know. We can litigate that another time. We're already 11 minutes into this thing. We haven't even
Listen,
touched
I like
schedule.
any
So
proposal that changes whatever the overtime rules are at this moment are very welcome because those
they've
overtime rules
changed
suck.
it too much. They just keep tweaking it, and then we end up in a situation where everyone watching that game is like, this game's awesome. This is electric. Who's gonna win? And then nobody wins, and you're just
Oh, that's right.
like nobody's excited. None of the players on the field are excited. It just ends, and it's like, okay, that's it.
I think my biggest problem with it is the fact that they just keep changing the game for the sake of changing it. Like, there's no need to reinvent the wheel every single season. Like, every single year, they're just making rule changes. And it's like, why? Like, the taunting thing right now is happening. Like, why is
Oh, it's
everything
stupid.
taunting now? Like, Eugene stepped over the player. He didn't even look down at him. He just looked forward and stepped over just in that. Like, he didn't, do it, legit, oh yeah, I'm stepping over you because you're trash. Like he just stepped over him and looked forward and kept going. Like he didn't even look back to the guy. Oh, well, that's taunting. Flexing, that's taunting. Like
The
Puka
rule,
Nicole got a
it's
taunting one dude against the Eagles for just flexing. He wasn't even looking in the direction of the player. He beat. Like he was just like flexing. Like, oh, I'm strong. And like, oh, taunting. Like what the fuck?
it's too nebulous because you'll see times where both guys they're walking back to their huddles. And the guy who just caught the catch or the guy who just broke up the pass, they're jawing at him. It's like, how if that's not taunting, then why is standing over the guy taunting
or flexing? Like why is flexing?
And who cares? It's sports. You should be allowed to taunt. That's part of the game. It's the mental, psychological aspect.
There's a point where you can make it valid that you should not be taunted. Like the Jalen Carter taunting penalty was. It was well deserved because he was taunting the sidelines. He was not taunting an actual player. He was going yeah, screw you guys. That's why.
I don't have a problem with that either.
Right?
What's wrong with that?
Well,
talk your shit.
It's
sports.
I know, but why do you need to continue? Yeah, you've dominated the drive. You got it done. Celebrate. Say, yeah, fuck you guys, and just go back. Why do you have to keep going back and just doing stuff?
I get that you're upset because there was a penalty involved for your team, but just removing fandom from the equation, it's they're not brain surgeons. They're not trying to put a man on fucking Mars. It's not that serious. It's a competition. There's a certain line where you don't want to cross. If they're I'm gonna F your entire family. I'm gonna steal your wife and end the lives of your children. Maybe that's probably going a little bit too far. But if you're just standing over a guy fucking yeah dog, I just did that shit. What's wrong with that? It's sports. Let's have fun out there. Oh, hey. But the kids, who cares? The kids are watching TikToks and Instagrams and YouTube and
way worse content.
Yeah, they're going to see much worse than a guy flexing. God forbid a man flexes. Good Lord. It's ridiculous.
A man flexes. Yeah, I mean, I agree.
Put that on a t-shirt.
I just don't think people should be getting the rules are just getting ridiculous. They need to look that up and just stop change the rules so much. I think they changed the kickoff rules again, 2 seasons in a row.
These, I'll give them this. These kickoff rules, I love the variance because you see a guy like Brandon Aubrey, he's figured it out. If it's a touchback, it goes to the 35. But if it hits in the landing zone and bounces in and the guy downs it, then it comes out to the 20. like the old OG touchback. So like it makes the kicker more of a weapon. Like if you can nail that, like the way Brandon Aubrey does, like that's 15 yards. Like that's a huge deal. So I like the variance in that, and it's safer, but it's still like you have the same amount of chance to see a big return. So I feel like that's them making player safety stuff where the play remains as electrifying versus like, God forbid you breathe on a guy wrong going across the middle and get 15 yards for it. It's like, just stop it. Everyone's getting concussions anyway. Ryan Kelly has 2 concussions in the last 3 fucking games. Oh, but player safety. Wrap him in bubble wrap. Good God.
Get them guarding
Make
caps.
football violent again, damn it.
Hashtag.
They know the situation.
Put that on a t-shirt. Big football violent.
I'm going to write a note down. I'm going to put the Chris Benoit theme over that while I'm making that point.
All right, let's get into these games.
All right, Thursday night, tomorrow night. I guess probably tonight by the time anyone's listening to this. It's already Thursday on the East Coast. NFC West showdown between 3-1 teams. One team moving up, the other one moving down. The San Francisco 49ers on the road here in sunny Los Angeles at SoFi Stadium to take on the Los Angeles Rams. Prime Video. Who you got?
I'm picking the Rams. The 49ers are, again, bit by the injury bug. They did not look good against a team that is growing, and that's the Jacksonville Jaguars. I think Robert Saleh was too busy trying to feud with Cohen, the Jacksonville head coach, instead of actually making sure that his defense was doing their job properly. And the Jacksonville Jaguars beat them for it. So I believe that the 49ers are not concentrating on what's actually important, and that's going to be costing them in the future, besides the injuries. So I'm picking the Rams. I feel like as soon as they lost to the Eagles, they decided, like, we need to actually make sure that we close out the games that we are able to close out, and I think the Rams are going to be able to get this done. Is this a rivalry game? Are they going to be wearing the rivalry jerseys?
Are these? Yeah, the NFC West is rivalry jersey for this year, right? I don't know. Let me check. I don't know what day they usually post I think that's like Friday or Saturday. They post like the Sunday threads, and it's like, all right.
Well, the Bills
everyone's wearing their normal jerseys. That's what I'm looking at this article for.
The Bills already confirmed they're wearing their cold front rivalry jerseys for.
So I think probably not. I think they're going to unveil them like all in separate games, maybe. But who knows? Right. Who knows? Who cares?
I mean, last week we had two. We had the Cardinals doing their
you're right.
jerseys. Yeah, rivalry.
No, that you were right about last week that there was 2.
Yeah, and then the Dolphins had those
the tortilla jerseys. Yo, those uniforms were sick.
They look great, but for some reason they had this little watch
Arizona
that made them look like a tortilla. Yeah. To look them in close, but they look good on TV. Now the Dolphins, though, the deep water ones, oof, those look nice. Those look very nice.
Like any black jersey
because of how good that looked.
All like Eagles black jerseys, sick. Ravens black jerseys, sick. Have the Jets worn their black jerseys recently? I have a black Santana Moss jersey somewhere.
Their rivalry jerseys is like jet black. Like everything's like legit black.
Every team should have a black alternate. I have a black Randy Moss jersey. They've never worn these. I was on like where was it? Like Sanibel Island, some random place in like South Carolina or something. And I walked into this little shop because I saw some jerseys in the window and they had a black Randy Moss jersey. I'm like, well, I'm not walking out of here without that. Fantastic. I'm going with the Rams, dude. There's no question. No question. Puka Nacua right now is probably the best like non-quarterback, at least on offense in the league. Like he's on pace for over 2,000 yards. He's putting up stupid numbers. The Niners have, in their 3 wins, have not looked
dominant
good.
They're
just like squeaking out these. And there's something to say about that. But like the injuries, Purdy's out, Pearsall's out, Juwan Jennings is out. I don't think Brandon Ayuk is back. So like, who's Mac Jones throwing the ball to? Christian McCaffrey out of the backfield, I guess. But it's bleak for the 49ers yet again. I don't see any way they're going to go on the road and beat the Rams the way the Rams are playing right now.
Did the
They bounced
Cardinals
back
beat the
well.
Niners in Week 3?
No. The only
No.
game the Niners lost was last week.
That's week, right? So they faced the Seahawks, which was a divisional game.
Who'd they lose to? Duval.
They faced the Saints, which we all know they're complete garbage still. They haven't figured things out yet. And then they faced the Cardinals, which they won barely. They barely won that game. And of course, they lost to the Jaguars last week because, again, Robert Saleh decided to run his mouth and accuse someone of signal stealing in a legal way without actually making sure that we understand what he's talking about and putting some proof on the table. So that's a very legit. That's a very serious accusation that he's making, and he's not getting. He's not actually putting up the information where how.
I think Liam Cohen overacted a little bit, but I love it. I love that he was like you're going at Bob Saleh looks like a Navy SEAL, and Liam Cohen's like, I don't care. Keep my name out your fucking mouth, guy. Yeah, I'm a head coach. What are you? You're a DC. You got fired.
You got
Get out of here, bitch. Jack. Yeah. Liam Cohen is a folk hero in this household. I don't know about you, but
I love good for him. Good for his team won the game. That's all that matters. Like I always say, the only stats that matters are wins and losses. Everything else is just ties.
Yeah, I mean, but this is a divisional matchup. You got to throw the records out the window.
Yeah, I'm still picking the Rams, though.
Same. All right, let's move on. Sunday. Live from Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, 6:30 a.m. here on the West Coast. 2 weeks in a row I have to be up on a Sunday at 6 in the morning. NFL Network or NFL Plus. My Minnesota Vikings at a dismal 2-2, taking on the quote-unquote home team, Cleveland Browns at 1-3, making the quarterback switch from footsteps Flacco, who has been hearing the footsteps, to rookie.
We gotta miss
you,
he's
Joe cooked. Flacco. He's cooked. Dylan Gabriel gets the start. Vikings, Browns. Who you got?
I'm so sad about Flacco getting benched, but hey, if it's not working out, it's not working out. I'm picking the Vikings. I'm sure you guys are going to be able to bounce back after last week's horrible last quarter performance. It was just bad for you guys. I'm sorry. I told you Aaron Rodgers was going to get you, but you didn't believe me. He didn't ball out. It wasn't like he was just like the reason they won the game, but
that is not how that discussion went down. You said Aaron Rodgers is our daddy, and he is not. He's the older brother. That's the way I put it. It's like when the rivalry was young, he beat the dog shit out of us. Well, first of all, his daddy was Brett Favre, so when we had Brett Favre, we beat the dog shit out of him. Then Brett Favre retired, and we had a bunch of bums at quarterback.
Yeah.
And Aaron Rodgers sunned us repeatedly. But then once Mike Zimmer came along, it was an older brother, younger brother. You've aged where now you're the same size and you earn the older brother's respect. He gets some, you get some. But I don't know why I didn't think about this. It's the last time Rodgers is going to play the Vikings. Like, of course he's going to beat the Vikings. Of course. He's going to beat the Bears when they play. He's probably going to beat the Packers, which I'm very much looking forward to. And he's going to beat the Lions. He has to. I don't know why I didn't think about that.
The Swan song. He's just going to go out. See, I'm going to beat every single team I dominated and fucking destroyed around my career as a Green Bay Packer. So I'm going to do that. He already beat the Jets. He already had his revenge game against that team. So,
Dude, he's got a full revenge gauntlet this season. Oh, the Vikings, you didn't want to sign me? You're next. Jets, you're next. Packers, where you at? Bears, I might not be in the conference anymore. I still retain ownership. Sorry. As is customary, I will not pick this game, and I'm not going to say what I normally say because, the offensive line is just so battered right now. We're down 60% of the offensive line.
We've been discussing the whole situation during the week. I've been telling you, Carson Wentz is seeing ghosts. He's just as soon as that ball snaps, your offensive line is just letting these guys get through and get it to him. And like you said, Carson Wentz is missing reads. He's not seeing the open guys on the field, and that's going to affect you guys. But I believe that this week you're going to be able to get it done, and you're going to be able to beat the Browns.
Well, here's the thing: I watched a couple different film breakdowns, and my opinion has shifted. The offensive line was not as bad as it seemed. Wentz was sacked 6 times, and according to PFF, the British stat nerds at PFF and their algorithms, 3 of the 6 sacks were on Carson Wentz, like they were his fault. And I'm like, this sounds like an excuse. Like the Vikings did not play well enough to win that game, but the turf was honestly a major impact for them. There was what could have been a touchdown to Justin Jefferson. He catches a big pass for like 20-something yards, immediately slips and falls down, and the drive kind of stalls out. Jordan Addison on the deep ball where he got caught at like the 1-yard line by Peyton Wilson, who I loved coming out of the draft, by the way. So shouts out Peyton Wilson, but also go fuck yourself. Carson Wentz need to lay that out a little bit more because Addison had to like turn back around. It's one of those where like it's like he's wide open, just get him the ball. But if he had laid it out a little bit more, Addison would have had the extra head start. But then when Addison turns around, there was like a little hitch. Like he didn't stumble, but he hitched. And like that little hitch, that could cost you a yard when you're going full speed. And that's all it took was the little yard. There was a couple sacks in the game where the offense, like there was one with Blake Brandel. The Steelers ran a nice twist, but the Vikings were handling it as well as they need to give Wentz an extra second to get the ball out. And Blake Brandel slips on the turf and falls down, and the defensive tackle just loops it and gets the sack. So it's not the biggest reason they lost, but the turf was an issue, and we are once again in Europe, so it's always something to keep an eye on. But when I watch these film breakdowns, Wentz just the Bears are who we thought they were, and Carson Wentz is who I thought he was. He is a fucking bum. He's garbage. Get him out of here. Put my boy Maximus Decimus Meridius Brosmer in. If JJ ain't healthy, Max Brosmer, put him in. Let him cook. Wentz, you're done. You're done, son. Get him out of the league.
I told you once they said they're going to start him because of JJ's injury.
You didn't have to tell me. I've been the biggest Carson Wentz hater for 10 years.
I love what he did for the Eagles. But as soon as he came back from the injury, it was not the same, and everything was coming out like he was not a good teammate when he was injured. And he was not even happy that he won because he wasn't.
He's trash. He's garbage.
There's just bad vibes around Carson Wentz, and that's not going to change.
Dude's made how much money he can't even come back and donate a little bit of cash to North Dakota State? Come on, man. The Bisons need you, baby. But here's my analysis for the game. Like, Dylan Gabriel, rookie, a 3rd-round rookie, starting against a Brian Flores defense. And as bad as the run defenses looked in the Atlanta game and the Pittsburgh game, your boy Kenny Gainwell had over 100 yards rushing. Ivan Pace and Eric Wilson in pass coverage is not the best thing. Ivan Pace has looked pretty bad this year. They lead the league in defensive EPA, which is misleading in some ways because like there's some like really bad and then there's some really good. And obviously that's buoyed by Isaiah Rodgers being like Deion Sanders reincarnated all of a sudden. He's played excellent he blocked a kick on Sunday. Has 2 touchdowns, did something nobody's ever done in the history of football the week before, comes back, blocks kick. Just a dog. But Dylan Gabriel, that's a tough assignment. Now, we did say last week, Jackson Dart starting against Chargers defense, tough assignment. What does Jackson Dart do? He goes down, scores 3 touchdowns, scores a touchdown on the opening drive, and just is like, oh, I don't care. Oh, this is supposed to be a tough assignment? Nobody told me. So it's always possible, but Jackson Dart is a 1st-round quarterback. Dylan Gabriel is a 3rd-round quarterback. The Giants' offensive line has performed much better this year. The Browns, I don't have the stats in front of me. I am, in fact, raw dogging this cast. It's a raw dog cast because I have looked up 0 stats this week in opposition to last week where I looked up all the stats. But Flacco has, 7 picks this year? So, like, even if Dylan Gabriel comes in and just looks listless against Brian Flores, like, is it going to be any worse than what Flacco has been thus far? So I really think it's going to come down to, can you just not allow Myles Garrett to have 50 sacks and completely wreck the game? Like, and I owe Kevin O'Connell an apology on my other YouTube channel, Purple Stuff. Check that out. Great show. I kind of lit into him, and I owe him an apology because you watch the tape breakdown, and like from the first 2 weeks to the last 2 weeks, he's calling a lot more quick game. He put Carson Wentz in a position to be successful with an ultimately largely backup offensive line, and Carson Wentz was just like, Justin Jefferson running wide open 20 yards downfield. Nah, I need to hunt out here on the side for Jalen Naylor. We got to see if Jalen Naylor is going to flash open. What a fucking bum. So can Wentz not be a complete buffoon? And can the offensive line with a bunch of backups, can they just not let Myles Garrett and Mason Graham completely wreck the game on every single play? We got to get the run game going, and that's going to be the key. Is if the Browns win this game, it's going to be exactly what it was against the Packers, where the defensive line is just running roughshod, that the offense can't get anything going, and the Browns do something timely to get back in. If the Vikings can just put up 17 points, then they're in a good position. Myles Garrett is the key to the game for sure.
Bet the under.
And Mason Graham. Shouts out Mason Graham, Michigan man. I love you, but not this week. You can go fuck yourself this week, but next week you're cool. Myles Garrett's a freak, dude. You look at that guy when he did that shirtless press conference like a month ago.
He looks like a character in a Zack Snyder movie.
He looks like an action figure, man. It's just like how are you even built like this? Doesn't make any sense. All right, let's move on. 2 1-3 teams that made the playoffs last year had high hopes coming into the season. Houston Texans, Baltimore Ravens, 1 p.m. Eastern time on CBS.
The Battle of the Mids. Did you see that video of the Texans O-line? That's being spread around the social media sphere. The Texans O-line legit had like 4 offensive linemen blocking 1 defensive lineman, while the other edge just running around the 2 tackles and just getting CJ Stroud. That offensive line, you've been saying this all season so far, might be the worst offensive line I've seen in a long time. That's horrible.
Well, considering 2 of them are former Vikings, this is not surprising at all to me. PFF loves Ed Ingram this year. I don't know why, but...
With that said, the Ravens are also injured.
Everywhere.
A lot of injuries.
Everywhere.
Lamar might not even play.
Doubtful.
So... I don't know who's going to win this game. This is going to be one of those games where, like, it's just going to be a really bad one. This might be the game where, like, CJ Stroud actually gets it done. But I'm picking the Ravens. I feel they're going to be able to find a way to get Derrick Henry involved.
I'm going to pick the Texans.
All right.
I feel like the Texans,
Why?
Yeah, it was the Titans. But they at least they saw what it could look like. The defense blanked the Titans. The offense put up 26 points. Like this looked like this is what the Texans team, if it's operating at a high level, can look like. And again, the Ravens, no Lamar, no Ronnie Stanley, Justin Madubuike out for the season, no Roquan Smith, no Marlon Humphreys, no Nate Wiggins. Kyle Van Noy might still be out. Like, who's playing? If you wear purple in the league in 2025, you're going to get hurt. That's just the rules of the season, apparently. So it's too many injuries to deal with.
You got to depend on the run game. You got to depend on the run game.
Derrick Henry's going to fumble again? Come on.
Well, hopefully he doesn't.
I don't know. I like the Texans, despite their struggles this year, they still got studs all over the defensive line. I still don't think
that loss against the Chiefs means that the Chiefs are back. Like you said, they got decimated with injuries. So that's why the Chiefs were able to dominate and put belt to ass on the Ravens. So
Belt to ass.
so I don't think that the Chiefs are going to be able to be like the most talk about like comeback kids. Like yeah, good for them, they won, but this ain't gonna be the norm, all right?
We'll see. Whoever loses this game, last week it was like, if whoever loses the Chiefs Ravens game, like are they in trouble? Can they mount a comeback? Whoever loses this game might probably be cooked.
Missing the playoffs? Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think the Texans are gonna make the playoffs. I'm telling you right now.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't pick them.
Unless Indiana Jones decides to,
Hey, don't sleep on my Jags, baby. Don't sleep on the Jags either. It's a tough division all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Texans walked in the season thinking, we got this easy. Nope, not so fast, my friend. All right, let's move on. We got the 1-3 New Jersey Giants and the 0-4 New Orleans Saints. 1 p.m. CBS. Who you got?
The Saints are gonna march into 0-5.
Yeah.
The 1-2 punch that the Giants needed has been found. And their names are Jackson Dart, Anakin Skywalker himself, and Scadaboo, or however you pronounce his last name.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Batman on the trenches, the Braun Breaker of the NFL.
Braun Breaker was the Braun Breaker of the NFL.
Well, he's not playing the NFL anymore.
Sure.
Either way, they have found what they needed offensively, and I feel like this is going to be good for them. They might end up being the second place in the division. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I think they finally have found that chemistry that they needed. Again, they did play. Who did they play last week? Let's see.
The Giants?
Yeah.
Chargers.
The Chargers. So once you beat the Chargers, which is a contender, which is a team that was looking like they were going to be able to make the playoffs as number one seed of the I'm not the number one seed, it's the number one team in the AFC West.
I mean, they looked like they could be the number one seed.
I'm sorry?
They looked like they could be the number one seed.
Sure, but they will. Now they're not 4-0 like the Bills are. But like when you win against a team like that, you make a statement. And that's what they did last week, and I'm excited for them. So Robert Coe, if you're listening, which I know you are because you always are, here's to you. Here's to your Big Blue. Here's to your Giants. You finally got something to cheer for in that organization.
They finally might be somewhere around 500. First, let me say,
I'm picking the Giants.
I don't know if Brian Daboll has children, but I guarantee you that he was not as excited for the birth of his child as he was when they won that football game. Like he was like Jackson Dart looked like he was like a 15-year vet. He's just like, yeah, we won the game. This is what was expected. And Daboll's just like, we did it. We won a football game. Can you believe it? But it's Jackson Dart season. It's Sexy Dexy season. Abdul the Butcher's in there. Kayvon Thibodeau's coming around. Brian Burns is still a freak off the edge. The Malik Neighbors thing is gonna hurt.
That's gonna be an issue.
If he's healthy, then we might be able to say like, can they figure this out? I don't think they might like remain in playoff contention into December, but I don't see it without the wet. Like Wan'Dale Robinson's gonna be your guy. Now we do got to shout out Cam Scadaboo because he's the juggernaut, the only man who has shaken off over 45 concussions in the course of one game. Just unbelievable talent. Love to watch him play.
How does he get dirt on himself when he's playing on turf and not grass?
Because he's Cam Scadaboo, dude. He has his own. He has a jar of dirt on the sideline, and he just rubs it all over, and that's how he does it. He needs it to feel alive. But yeah, I'm picking the Giants. They're gonna get to 2-3, and then they're going to have a chance next week. I think they got a tough game next week. They play the Eagles on Thursday night, so we'll see if they carry that momentum in.
They play the Eagles.
There's your trap game.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Like, they play the Eagles, that could be the trap game. Then after that, they have another team, and then they go back against the Eagles. I believe the Eagles are going to be visiting them, or I'm not sure who goes where.
Next week is at Giants, and then week 8 is
Eagles.
at
right.
Yeah.
All right, so that's gonna be an interesting
And in
stretch.
between that, you got to play the Vikings.
So yeah,
So
that's gonna be a challenge. That's gonna be a challenge for this new contingent of the Bib Glue. So we'll see what happens there.
speaking of the Eagles, they play host to the 2-2. Suddenly, maybe they figured it out. Denver Broncos, also on CBS. Who you got in this one?
Of course, I pick my Eagles. I'm not gonna pick against them. That's my tradition. Just like you don't pick the Vikings games, I always pick my Eagles. I told you this morning that this could be a trap game, but then you specify that so in order for it to be a trap game, the team has to be considered bad. And you were right because the Broncos have looked like they're finally figured things out as well. So we're gonna see what happens there. But I don't think they're gonna be able to beat the Eagles. I think the Eagles defense is a lot tougher than the Broncos offense is at this time. Maybe they figured it out, and our defense looks like shit. The Eagles have a lot to work on offensively. There's a bit of the chemistry that's off at this time, so they got to figure that out. Then this new drama involving AJ Brown, like and there's always drama involving AJ Brown every season, like every single time, every single season where he's not getting the ball, everybody starts saying that he wants out, that he just wants out. Like they're not gonna trade AJ Brown, they're not gonna get rid of him, but they still need to
They
get.
might.
They're not. They're not gonna trade. They still gotta figure things out, though.
I just love that the quote he posts in the quote it says, "Don't make a scene, just walk
and
away."
he just
It's
makes
like,
a scene.
You're making a scene by posting this, dude. What are you talking about?
He already explained that he was just he let his emotions get to him, but he's fine. Like everything, he wasn't directed towards anybody. So
Yeah, that's what
he
Stephon
says.
Diggs said right before the Vikings were forced to trade him to the Buffalo Bills. So
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think
I'm
he's
not
gonna
saying
get.
it's gonna happen, but whenever a guy's like, it wasn't about that. I'm like,
Listen, AJ was
especially if it's a receiver.
Jalen Hurts was the one who advocated for them to get AJ Brown. I don't think he wants to get rid of AJ. Come on, so
Jalen Hurts ain't running the team, big boy. He runs it on the field, but he ain't running in the front office.
who the fuck is he gonna pass the ball to? Who's he gonna? Who's the new receiver?
Smitty, he's not passing the ball to anyone anyway.
Well,
That's not his fault. It's
who's our
Patullo,
wide
but
receiver too? Right now, Smitty is our wide receiver too. I think like who will be our wide receiver too? Who are we trading AJ Brown for? Picks? No, fuck that. We got plenty of picks. So I don't think it's gonna happen. But either way, I'm picking the Eagles. I think we're able to get it done. Just happy we're able to get it done and stay undefeated. The Broncos, though, they look good. They look good last week. So we'll see what Bo Nix and that offense can pull up.
there's a lot of stars in this game. Jalen Hurts, A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Jalen Carter, Pat Surtain. A lot of talented players, but the real showdown in this game is the showdown between the only two white cornerbacks in the last 20 years. Both Iowa boys, Cooper DeJean, your boy, and his old running mate Riley Moss. That's what I'm looking forward to. The OG exciting whites from the college days. I don't know who to pick in this game because the Eagles have looked. I don't want to say shaky. Like you got to give them credit for just gutting it out. Like they do what they need to do to win, which is what you need to do to win a Super Bowl. But they're not playing dominant really in any phase right now. And the Broncos looked like who we thought they were or were gonna be. But granted, it was the Bengals. The Bengals suck. So as much as I want to say Broncos country, let's ride. We're not riding. We're fly. Eagles flying. I'm picking the Eagles.
Go Birds. Let's go.
All right, we stay in the NFC East. You got the 1-2-1 Dallas Cowboys.
How about them boys?
Headed to MetLife to take on the New Jersey Jets, who are 0-4. Garrett Wilson, fantastic. A lot of studs on the defense, but they're playing like dog shit right now. Cowboys, Jets, who you got?
What was that quote? They do it.
Oh, for Brees Hall?
Yeah.
Oh, my God, it was so good. It's like, we play teams and they shoot themselves in the foot, and then we come back and shoot ourselves in the face. It's just like, yeah. Well put, Brees. Well put.
Poor Jets. Poor Jets. Yeah, I think they're gonna go 0-5 as well. I think the Cowboys uh, might get this done and just go 2-1. But this might be a trap game for the Cowboys. So we'll see what happens. But I'm picking the Cowboys. I think their offense can if they do not drop passes and they're able to protect Dak, their offense can get things done. So I'm picking the Cowboys, even though I hate to do it, but I don't see the Jets on paper beating the Cowboys any time. So yeah.
As of last check, my good friend Adam, who is a diehard Cowboys fan, is going to this game as a resident of New
Whoa.
Jersey. And in part because of that and how he's constantly speaking negativity into existence in regards to his Cowboys, I'm picking the Jets. I was going to pick the Cowboys, and then I thought about it, and I said, like, who's the what unit is performing the best out of both of these teams? And it's Dallas's offense. Like, Dak is playing fantastic football, and they look just fine without CD Lamb against the Packers. And with all credit to the Packers defense and the talent they have, and Keyshawn Nixon has been playing excellent ball this year, at least according to PFF. But the Jets just Sauce Gardner's too good. Like at some point here, he's got to lock someone down. I think he starts to lock George. Like he ain't got to lock CD down, but he could lock George Pickens down, get in his head. Pickens does some dumb shit, gets a 15-yard penalty, and the Cowboys' defense, especially their pass defense, is atrocious.
Yeah,
it's atrocious. Justin Fields, he can run all over the place. When he's on, he's on. When he's not, he's not. But the Jets, they've been hot and cold within games, but they put up points. They put up well over 30 points against the Steelers week 1. They put up a ton of points against the Bucs. They ended up they came back and they put up 23 points against Miami on Monday night. 21 points. Late surge for the Jets. I just think the Cowboys' pass defense it's so bad, and the Jets, there's too much talent for me to pick them to go 0-5. They're much more talented than an 0-5 team. So I'm going to pick the Jets.
I feel like you're just saying all that because you're from New Jersey.
No, I don't like the Jets at all. I don't care about the Jets. But it's just
Fuck the Jets.
They're too talented. I'm always going to root for Justin Fields, even though he was a Bear and he went to Ohio State. Like, there's no good reason for it, but I like Justin Fields and I want him to be successful.
Hey, he was.
And I love Aaron Glenn.
He was a Bear under Matt Eberflus. He was not going to do anything to get through that organization. So
fair. All right. Next up, we got the 1-3 Raiders, the 3-1 Colts. 1 p.m. on Fox. Who you got?
Indiana Jones is going to go back and get this time. Geno Smith is trash. He forgot how to play football. He does not know how to play football. He does not know how to play quarterback. Get him out of there. Tom Brady, if you're watching this, which I know you're not.
Tom Brady, big fan of the show.
You need to get that team a new quarterback pronto. Geno Smith ain't it. I'm sorry. You got to change that. I'm picking
That's
the
your
Colts.
boy, too.
Geno?
Yeah.
Fuck Geno Smith. Fuck the Seahawks where I'm at it, too. I'm for sure, like, they need to find a new quarterback if they want to get things going. They have good offensive weapons. They have a good defense, but Geno Smith is trash. He's not going to get them in a winning position. He's not going to be able to get it done for them. I'm picking the Colts. I think Danny Dimes is going to bounce back. I think the Colts are going to bounce back from that horrible game that they had last week. So we'll see what happens with the Colts. But I feel like they're going to be able to get it back and bounce back from that loss. Their first loss of the season, by the way, which nobody saw coming. They ended up September at 3-1. People thought they were going to be trash with Danny Dimes as the QB1. And look at him. Look at him now. Look at that cross-eyed boy.
Yeah, I mean, Geno is Jameis Winston without the vibes right now, and that just ain't going to get it done. So I'm picking the Colts here. They got a great run game. Jonathan Taylor, shouts out Big John Taylor. He's doing
Jonathan
Big
Taylor
John Taylor things.
Thomas.
Here is my in-game prediction. My guy, A.D. Mitchell, had what could have been a great game and he turned it into a bad game. And there's been a lot of litigation over, the classic, like, he celebrates too early. You see the guys like throw the ball before they actually get in the end zone. That's not what he was doing. He was just reaching the ball out. It didn't even look like he was doing it to celebrate. And it just slipped out of his hand for a touchback on what would have been like an 80-yard touchdown. He had a huge holding penalty that didn't really affect the play on what would have been a long Jonathan Taylor touchdown. Like, the Colts honestly should have beat the Rams last week if Adonai Mitchell just didn't make a couple bonehead plays. I think A.D. Mitchell bounces back. He's going to find the end zone. He's going to total 5 catches for at least 75 yards. Indiana Jones is going to keep doing what he's doing. Jonathan Taylor's going to do his thing. Geno's going to turn the ball over 17 times, and the Colts are going to win this game.
Indiana's just going to keep going on that crusade to get better and win that Super Bowl. So we'll see what happens if they get it done. And as you take that, what I said, they didn't have a horrible performance last week. They just faced a much stronger team.
I will say Ashton Genty finally broke out a bit. They let him go back to his Michael Myers stance, and he had a monster game. But the Colts' run defense has been pretty damn good, top 10 this year. So I want to see Genty do well, in part because I have several bets on him to win Offensive Rookie of the Year. But I don't know that he's going to have another monster game, and they're going to be coming from behind. He's not going to get a lot of touches, and Geno's just going to turn the ball over a bunch of times. But next up, we got the 1-3 Dolphins, the 1-3 Panthers, the Dumpster Fire Bowl. My question to you is not who you got; it's do you care at all?
I do. I do care. I'm not going to watch the game, but I do care. I'm picking the Dolphins.
Oh, boy.
I told you when they were facing the Bills 2 weeks ago, something changed in that team.
Yeah, Mike McDaniel stopped freebasing cocaine on the sidelines.
Yeah, that could be it. He could be a withdrawal. He could be 2 weeks sober. I don't care what it is. The team looks and feels different. Thoughts and prayers to Tyreek Hill, who destroyed his knee. I hope he gets well soon. And, of course, he's not going to be playing the rest of the season. That's going to be tough for the team to get through. But they still have Waddle there. So, it's not like they're hopeless in that position. I'm picking the Dolphins. I'm not going to pick the Panthers in this game. I know you're going to pick the Panthers. I just know how you process things and how you think. But I think I saw some good stuff from them against the Jets last week. That's some great plays. I don't know if you saw that behind back pass that Tua made. I don't know how he made that, but good play.
Swagger back, getting a little swagger back.
Yeah. So I feel like something clicked. I think that they had a wake up call after those first 2 weeks. And even though they lost week 3, last week they won, and they're able to keep that momentum going this week. I think what's going to happen.
If this was any other team, other than the Titans and the Bengals, I wouldn't pick them. But I'm picking the Dolphins. Tua, that just even something as simple as just that one little play, it shows me, okay, he's got a little swagger to him. Mike McDaniel, he's not doing the I'm the Seth Rollins of the NFL. I'm just a weird psycho weirdo that for a while was endearing, and then I said back then I enjoyed it. I liked him, but it's gonna wear thin if you don't win 12 games every year, and they haven't won 12 games at all. So, but they look good. I know they're down Tyreek, but the Panthers, man, they beat the Falcons 30-0, but
divisional game.
What else have you done? Nothing. So I can't pick you. I'm picking the Dolphins. I'm not happy about it, but I'm picking the Dolphins.
It was a divisional game, and I feel like that loss by the Falcons was more on the Falcons than it was more on the Panthers.
Can we get Derek Brown out of Carolina, please? And J.C. Horn. Put them both on the Vikings.
All right, Dolphins getting some respect after we started talking shit about them for the past couple of weeks. We were just saying like they're trash, and now we're getting some confidence
I
back in
don't
their
like it
team.
because
It's good.
I was the OG Dolphins hater. They were the best team in football. I said they're not even going to win the division, and they didn't. And then all last year I said this team sucks and they're not going to make the playoffs. And their GM has horribly mismanaged the roster, and he did, and it's not even debatable. And he's finally, at least, let me shout out Mina Kimes for a second. She's the only person I've seen talk about how. Everyone's is Mike McDaniel on the hot seat? If they lose this game, if they lose big, is he going to get fired? And he might end up getting his ass fired, but their GM should be fired well before Mike McDaniel. But I'm not happy about it because I said, you know what? I think Dolphins might bounce back this year. I think they're going to be pretty good. I think they're going to beat the Colts week 1, and they got blown. They got the doors blown off, so they went right back on the shit list. And I don't want to pick them here, but I have to because the Panthers are just stupid.
You don't like big cats?
I love big cats. I love Panthers. The Panthers have one of the coolest logos of all time. Fun fact, after I was done being a Dallas Cowboys fan when I was young and didn't really pay any attention to football because I thought Deion Sanders was just electrifying, I got one of those little plastic helmets out of a gumball machine, and I got the Panthers. I was like, this logo is awesome. And then NFL Blitz came out, and they had Tim Biakabatuka, who was super fun to play with. So I'm like, I'm a Panthers fan for like a year and a half. And then Randy Moss showed up, and it's like, okay, this is the love of my life. But yeah, no, sorry. I want Bryce Young to do well, but nah, can't do it. They're not even on the shit list. They just suck.
They're a bad team. That's all.
Yeah. All right, next up, we got a game that doesn't suck. Might be the game of the week, to be completely honest. 3-1 Tampa Bay Buccaneers, 3-1 Seattle Seahawks, 4 o'clock on CBS. Seahawks, Bucs. Who you got? 2 teams that you don't like for different reasons. Who you got?
First of all, I got to make this. I like jerseys. I like the uniforms. I like helmets. I like the way they look. They're actually done well. This game, both teams are going to be wearing the throwback uniforms. Just so you know, the popsicles with its Buccaneers and that beautiful old school Seahawks.
The old King Dome era when the Seahawks were in the AFC.
Yeah, so those are gonna look beautiful on the field against each other. So I'm excited for that. I might be watching this game. I think this is a game I'd be watching during that time.
Got to.
I hate the Bucs. Everybody knows that I hate the Bucs because they are the Eagles' Achilles heel, but we beat them last week. And I hate the Seahawks because they always fuck me. So I think the Seahawks are going to win this game, so I'm picking against them. I'm picking the Buccaneers.
Interesting. I'm the biggest Baker Mayfield fan on the planet outside of the Mayfield family. And I will say this about this. The Seahawks should go back to those old uniforms full time. There's something about the Seahawk logo. It feels like it's got like an Inuit totem pole type of vibe to it. It
looks like the top of a totem pole. Yeah.
What's old and passe becomes new and fresh again, and I don't know, the Seahawks jersey, they're just whatever. Whereas the throwbacks
just never wear the neon green color rush uniforms.
No. Get that out of here. Garbage. Like we're not green screening out here. We don't need to replace their jerseys with something else.
Graphics was having a horrible day.
Oh, I'm going to pick the Seahawks.
Like I said,
The Bucs are a good team. I love Baker Mayfield. Emeka Egbuka is every week proving me to be possibly a genius by saying that he was going to be the best of all those Ohio State receivers.
Unless they match up against Quinton Mitchell.
Sure.
Did you see the stats?
No. But, I mean, there's other extent. That ain't on Emeka Egbuka. Emeka Egbuka is a stud.
No, it's Quinton Mitchell being a fucking stud.
No, it's team effort. It's team game. But I feel like they rode the lightning there for a few weeks. They fell back last week. They couldn't get it. They dug it a hole too deep against the Eagles, and They almost came back, but they couldn't get it done. I'm not sitting here saying Baker's lost the juju or the mojo, but I think they're going to go on a little bit of a skid, and then they'll bounce back. And the Seahawks just look like a tight operation right now. Really good defense. Sam Darnold, and there were some questions about him with Clint Kubiak. It's like it's not really what Sam Darnold likes to do. It's not what he does best, but he's taken to it really well. They've been running the football. They got a really nice offensive line. Jackson Smith and Jigba's awesome. My only critique of the Seahawks is we gotta get some touches from my boy Torrey Horton. We gotta get Torrey Horton going. I say it every week. Need to get Torrey Horton some touches, but the Seahawks were one of the biggest mysteries coming into the season for me. Like I just really didn't. There was like I talked to Adam, who's a regression statistics genius who writes his own formulas, and he's like the Seahawks are the one team they have zero factors for regression. I have no idea what to expect from this team, and just vibes wise, like I'm an eye test guy. I didn't like the DK Metcalf trade because I feel like he was the perfect pairing for what Sam Darnold loves to do. But they've just looked good, man. They've looked tight. The one game they lost, it was a close game. It was a divisional game, so you got to throw the records out the window. I'm picking the Seahawks. Much as it pains me because I love my boy Bakers.
That means the Seahawks are going to win because I picked the Buccaneers. So, like I said, I think the Seahawks are going to win this game, so I'm going to pick the Bucs. Because if I pick the Seahawks, they're going to lose. Because they fuck me every single time. They fuck me, Kyle. The Seahawks fuck me every single week. If I pick them, they lose. If I don't pick them, they win. I think they're going to win, so I'm picking the Bucs. I agree with you on what you said about the Buccaneers and Baker Mayfield. I think they're going to be going down a little slump, but they're going to be able to get bounced back and win the division either way. So,
all right, let's blow through this next one because this game, two of like the most like just uninteresting teams to me. The 0-4 Titans, 2-2 Cardinals, 4:00 CBS. Who you got?
Do I need to express my thoughts about how horrible the Titans organization is? No, the Titans are going to be 0-5 as well. They're going to lose to the Cardinals. There's no doubt about that in my mind.
The Cardinals aren't a bad team. They're just not very good. They're going to win 7, 8, 9 games, and they're going to beat the Titans. And the Titans, they can't protect Cam Ward. He's trying his best. Defense sucks. Offense sucks. Offensive line sucks. Cam doesn't have a chance. They got no weapons. They suck. They suck. Caesar, they suck. They're not going to beat the Cardinals.
They're horrible.
So bad.
They are the worst.
I think Tavondre Sweat's still out. If Tavondre Sweat's playing, at least I can like froth myself up about the planet-sized mutant and possibly pick them because I'm feeling frisky. But no, they suck. They're terrible.
The only reason they are not like above the Bengals is because the Bengals actually have some good players still left in them. Like the Titans, they just feel like Cam Ward has nothing to work with.
He's in the worst position possible. Dear God, I hope that man has the mental strength to just be bad for a few years because like he can't be good. Like Peyton Manning in his prime wasn't going to be good on this Titans team. They suck.
It's horrible.
All right, let's move on. 2-2 Washington Commanders, 3-1 Los Angeles Chargers, the only team in NFL history to lose 2 top 5 left tackles in the same season. Joe Alt is down with a high ankle sprain. Rashawn Slater's out for the season. Khalil Mack completely destroyed his arm, so they're missing some pieces. Jaden Daniels is completely cleared to practice this week. He might be back. I do not believe Terry McLaurin is playing, but Commanders, Chargers, 1:25 p.m. on Fox.
Bounce back for the Chargers. I know that the offensive lineman is injured, but I'm definitely going to pick the Chargers to bounce back in this game and get back to form and continue to dominate the division.
You know, up until like 8 seconds ago, I was all on the Chargers because I've been on the record saying the Commanders are not going to win more than 9 games this year, and I stand by that. And the Chargers are primed for a comeback or a bounce back. I have no good reason to pick against them. The only reason I'm going to pick against them is because of Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs, and it just feels like, goddamn, like somehow they're going to go from they can't win a game and they look terrible, and the Chargers are going to go undefeated and win the division by the end of November, to like suddenly 2 weeks later it's like, oh, the Chiefs are only one game out. So am I going to pick the Chargers or am I going to pick the Commanders?
Are you going to pick the general?
I'm gonna pick the. I can't pick against. I'm a member of the cult of Harbaugh. Hail to the victors. I'm picking the Chargers, but my gut says Commanders are gonna win this game.
All right.
I want that on the record. On the record.
All right, that's fine. Fuck the Commanders.
Screw. I'm picking the Commanders. I'm picking the Commanders.
God damn it.
Write that down. Write it down.
I gotta fix it.
Cross it out and write it down, baby.
All right, got it.
Hail to the victors and hail to the Redskins. Sorry. Hey, the indigenous people of the United States want the name back, so I'm going to honor their legacy by dropping that one little reference in there. Although I do have a friend, you know him, Brent Martin. He is from. He's Brent Martin from Washington, D.C. He
introduced himself to me once.
He still refers to them as the Redskins, and every single time I correct him because I know it needles him and it gets under his skin, and I thoroughly enjoy it. I was like, I just text back with an asterisk, Commanders. He's like, he's an old white man in like a young-ish white man's body.
You have 34-year-old's body? Yeah, sure.
I'm too old to change. They're always going to be the Redskins to me. They'll always be the Washington football team to me, because for years, when it was a controversy, I called them the Washington Football Club, and then they changed their name to the Washington Football Team. I was like, you got to be kidding me. This is incredible. They should have kept it. That's like the best professional sports team name. It tells you exactly what they are. They are the Washington Football Team. The Commanders is stupid. So yeah, I'm going to go with my gut here and pick the Commanders, which means the Chargers will win, which means the Commanders will lose, which is better for the Vikings come December in the wild card race. So that is my reverse engineered juju to help the Vikings 3 months from now. Next up, 3-1 Detroit Lions, and I only say that because Gavin, if he's listening, hates when I say Detroit Lions, against the 2-2 Cincinnati Bengals, who might as well be 0-17. 125 on Fox.
425, you mean?
425. 125 for the West Coast, Best Coast.
Oh, that's right. My bad. Well, I'm picking the Lions. I mean, the Lions are back in kneecap biting form, and they gave us a scare. You know, people thought that Hutchinson was going to be out with an injury, but then he got up and then he ran and he continued. I'm picking the Lions. The big cat with the mane is going to beat the big cat with the stripes. Bengals are bad. The Bengals are horrible. The Bengals got embarrassed on Monday Night Football last week, or I should say this past Monday, as the time of recording. And they are not going to be able to beat the Lions. They're not. That's just plain and simple.
The question is not who's going to win this game. The question is, are the Lions going to win by less than 50 points or more than 50 points? The Bengals are shot. Zach Taylor should have been fired before they even went to that Super Bowl. And everyone likes to say, oh, J.J. McCarthy was a handoff merchant, or this guy's a this merchant, this guy's a that merchant. Zach Taylor is a Joe Burrow merchant, and guess what? Joe Burrow ain't playing, baby. Joe Burrow ain't playing for another 2.5 months, if that. If he even comes back, if they got a good enough record to chase something. And guess what? Spoiler alert, they ain't chasing nothing because they suck. They put up, 3 points? You got Jamar Chase and T. Higgins. Terrible. I know the Broncos got a great defense. They got a ton of talent everywhere. But you got Jamar Chase. As much as Justin Jefferson is the big dog, top dog, best receiver to come out of LSU of all time, Jamar Chase is stud. Jamar Chase is on a Hall of Fame trajectory, and T. Higgins is a number one receiver on probably half the teams in the league, and you put up 3 points, and part of that is Chase Brown is averaging 2 yards a carry, and their offensive line is awful. And Jake Browning, he was talking his shit in 2023, talking about, oh, he beat the Vikings in overtime. Oh, you never should have fucking cut me. Well, how you look now? Granted, I would take Jake Browning over Carson Wentz. So come on back, baby. We can put you in a better situation. We can't give you a better offensive line for at least like 2 or 3 more weeks, but good God. So yeah, Lions are dropping 50 in this game. In fact, let's not even pick this game because we know who's going to win. Give me an in-game prediction, and that will count as the pick. My prediction is the Lions drop 50 points. What's your prediction for this game? Just off the cuff. And if we both lose, we'll just strike it from the record.
I believe they're going to be below 50, 48 points. The Lions are going to beat
the you son of a bitch.
Bengals by 40. It's going to be 48 points. And there's going to be multiple sacks. And by multiple, I'm gonna say 6 sacks.
Okay. I mean, that the odds of that happening on FanDuel, it's minus odds. Like it's easy money. Like of course they're gonna have 6 sacks. The Eagles got the exciting whites. Aiden Hutchinson is a dangerous white. Nice. You look at that guy. He just looks like he looks like a jungle cat to me. Like he's just a freak, man. He terrifies me. I hope he gets injured and misses one game, and it's the Vikings game, and then he gets hurt again and misses the other Vikings game, but he's back for the playoffs because I don't want to wish ill on him. But Lions dropping 50, baby.
You put Hutchinson and the head coach Campbell next to each other, you just look like 2 big ass, anthropomorphic lions.
I love Dan Campbell. There's so many reasons I should hate Dan Campbell by now. Like his first win as a coach was against the Vikings, and I'll never forget in the press conference after the game, he's like, "We figured out how to beat these guys." I'm like, "Okay, well, we'll see you later this year and see if you figure." And we have not beaten them since. Haven't even come. We came close one time, but every other game they just beat the dog shit out of us. But Dan Campbell looks like a Nordic troll. There's something about his nose. I love the man. He's fantastic. I just love the veins are popping out of his neck, but he looks like he's like on the verge of tears all the time, and he's always like wiping his mouth and I don't know if he's just frothing because he loves football so much, or there's just tears dripping into his mouth, and he's just always wiping his mouth and just. You gotta have grit, man. We go out there and just, you gotta play 60 minutes, man. And then you get the Applebee's commercials. Fantastic. Just tremendous. He there's a little Lebowski to him. But I didn't finish my point about Zach Taylor, and he's a fucking bozo. He's a bum. He's a buffoon. You gotta fire him. And I don't know how. I didn't even know. In my mind, I feel like I know every coach in the league, and I know 90% of the GMs. And for the life of me, I'm like, who the hell is the GM of the Bengals? Because whoever that guy is, that dude needs to be on the streets. Not on the streets hey, he needs a new job. On the streets, sleeping on a fucking park bench because that guy sucks at his job. And his name is Duke Tobin. Duke Tobin, if you're watching the show, you suck, pal. Just quit. Do everybody in Cincinnati. Do me a favor. I don't even like the Bengals. And I'm sick of it. It's horrendous. He sucks. But Zach Taylor, I say this every week, he looks like a Bob's Burgers character. He just looks like a cartoon. He's so goofy, and he's over there just stop it, dude. You suck. You both suck at your jobs, and you're tanking Joe Burrow's career. And is Joe Burrow injury prone? Yeah, probably. He's
got horrible offensive line.
Significant portions of 3 of his 6 seasons. But to your point, he has no offensive line because you've mismanaged the assets and you suck at coaching. Zach Taylor, you suck, pal.
Which team has the worst offensive line, the Texans or the Bengals?
Oh, my God. I don't even know, dude. According to PFF, it's the Bengals because apparently Ed Ingram is the highest graded guard in football. And it's I've watched way too much Ed Ingram to believe that at all. But the Bengals suck. They're lifeless. They're not even putting up a fight. The Lions telling you
I'm
they're dropping
convinced.
50.
I'm convinced that in week 4 actually last week, they're just in tanking mode. I think they give up for the season. Like,
Here's another prediction for you.
Tank.
Penei Sewell is going to score a touchdown.
All right.
And here's another prediction on top of that. Penei Sewell is going to score a touchdown when the Lions are somewhere between 30 and 40 points.
Sonic and Knuckles combined 100 yards.
Combined or 100 yards each?
Combined.
That's it?
Yeah, that's it. That's my prediction.
So you think they're going to have a bad game?
I'll see what happens. I don't think they're going to need to run the ball that much.
Nah, they're going to run. They're going to be closer to a combined 250 yards than they are 100 yards.
All right. Next up, Sunday Night Football, right?
Sunday Night Football.
Yes.
Division rivals. The 2-2 New England Patriots. The 4-0 Buffalo Bills looking to circle the wagons at 8:20 p.m. on NBC.
Wearing their cold front white rivalry uniforms, the Buffalo Bills. Whiteout game. This is going to be exciting.
Why are they wearing the whiteout jerseys in fucking the beginning of October? At least give me mid-November. Come on. Jeez. I guess if it snows, then like you won't be able to see anything. So yeah, that okay, that makes sense. Like the Vikings wear their whiteout, their whatever they call them, their full white uniforms in December, but they play in a dome. So.
It's like a legit white uniform, like where even the logo is like almost white, metallic frost gray, silver. I don't know what it is. It's just like it legit looks like it's a cold front. It's like it's just like there's snow everywhere.
This was a missed opportunity. We needed Dolphins, Bills. Dolphins where they're all blacks. Bills where they're all whites.
That would be cool. Play in Miami though.
That's hot, baby.
Dale. All right, Bills. I'm picking the Bills, even though I think this is going to be an exciting game. I think people are underestimating the Patriots this season. I think this Patriots this season, they have found a rhythm where they can play well against top teams. And I don't think they're going to win this game, but I think it's going to be a really competitive and fun game to watch, like the Dolphins-Bills games from a couple of weeks ago, where it was up till that fourth quarter where Tua got picked off, where they lost the game. So the Bills are going to stay undefeated, but it's going to be a fun, competitive game.
I don't think the Patriots have figured it out yet, but they're going to. Like, I think a lot of people expected, like, oh, it's Vrabel, like they're going to win 8-9 games this year, but it'll take some time, and that's fine. But we're in October now. We're out of the just weird September. Wake me up when September ends and real football begins. So I think they're going to start to figure it out in this game. The Bills have not struggled, but like there was a point like if Spencer Rattler put the ball on Brandon Cooks, the Saints could have had a lead pretty late in that game last week. So I think this is going to be a sneaky good game that on paper you're like, the Bills are going to blow them out on Sunday night, and we're going to have to sit here and watch it because there's nothing else to watch. We're going to have to listen to Chris Collins. We're glazing Josh Allen for 3.5 hours.
Oh, but God, look at that. Gus is so good at that.
Oh man. Look at this, the Josh Allen. Here's a guy. He's unbelievable.
Look at the way he just throws that ball, man.
Oh my God, what a bum. Is there anybody on earth? Like, I feel like even Chiefs fans are like sick of this guy. Like, just get him off TV. We don't need him anymore. And Mike Tirico's got to sit there and like yuck it up and pretend that he likes being next to this dude. Yeah, I'm picking the Bills, but I think it's going to be closer than people think. And I'm going to give you this does not count towards the pick record, but I do want this on the record. TreVeyon Henderson is going to rip off a run of at least 40 yards in this game. And I think it's going to be in the first half. That's not on the record. Jesus. That's not on the record. But he's going to rip off a 40-plus yard run in this game. They got to get – like there's been like, the pass pro. but like Ramondre Stevenson's been fumbling the ball a little bit. Like just Travion Henderson is a stud athlete. Let's get him the rock. Come on, Vrabes.
Well, go Bills. Or whatever it is that they say in Buffalo.
Circle the wagons. Nobody circles the wagons like the Buffalo Bills.
That's what they say. Circle the wagons.
Yeah.
That's their chant. That's their little. I mean, it's better than bear down, but whatever.
Well, it's back in the day when you're on the frontier. You would, if like you were attacked by the indigenous people, they would formulate the wagons in a circle as protection around the people, and then the men with the rifles would try and fend off the savage natives. So they circle the wagon.
Historically, that's great. Still not a good catchphrase or chant.
Nah, see, you didn't grow up with Chris Berman saying nobody circles the wagons like the Buffalo Bills. But yeah, Bills. And
one more
game. There's going to be I'm going to set the over-under at 15.5 times that Chris Collinsworth makes something that doesn't really have anything to do with Josh Allen about Josh Allen. Which is no offense to Josh Allen. He's the reigning, defending, undisputed MVP of the National Football League, and he's unbelievable.
I'm predicting he's going to mention Patrick Mahomes at least twice.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Oh, that's something we'll see from Patrick Mahomes.
Dude, when was it? Was it 2 weeks ago when they played the Giants? And, like, Patrick Mahomes just, like, he dirts a ball because nothing was there. Like, it was the smart play. And he's like, he just goes on glazing this dude for throwing a ball in the dirt. It's like, oh, what a play. Oh, the vision to, oh, man, he gets out of this sack. And look at the way he throws the ball in the dirt. It's like, dude, come on, man.
He made a play where he would put the ball at risk. And, like, the Giants were about to get the ball. I think it was the Giants about to get the ball. And he was like, oh, well, like, he gets it back. Look how good he is. And, like, what's his name? The guy that commentated with him. He goes, like, well, he put the ball at risk.
Yeah.
Like, well, he put it at risk.
Oh, my God, dude. Yeah, that was unbelievable. That's peak Chris Collinsworth. That's where you're like, he has to know that this is a bit. Like, there's no way he's not conscious of what he's doing.
Now, speaking of the Chiefs in primetime,
Monday Night Football on ESPN and ESPN on ABC 5:15 p.m. Kansas City Chiefs 2-2, 2-game win streak, coming off an absolute drubbing of the Baltimore Ravens, or at least the Baltimore Ravens backups. And the 3-1, my Jacksonville Jaguars. Duval. Liam Cohen, he's coming out with a bald head, a hoop earring, and a beard, ready to just knock somebody's name out of his mouth. Chiefs, Jags, who you got?
I got the Chiefs. I know you. I know you're high on the Jaguars right now, but the Chiefs are in that position right now where they're just gonna rack up a couple of wins before they start, slumping down at the end of the season like they always do before the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, I said this before when I was talking about the Chargers, that I feel like the Chargers are going to lose. Chiefs are going to win all of a sudden, and you blink, and like all of a sudden now it's the Chiefs probably going to win this division. Trevor Lawrence has been not great, not even really good. At last glance, he was second to last in completion percentage behind only Cam Ward, who has no offensive line and is a rookie. And they lead the league in drop passes, but they do also lead the league in turnovers, or turnovers and interceptions, or just turnovers on defense. So they're doing some nice things. They're running the ball a little bit. They still got to get Brian Thomas Jr. involved. Travis Hunter has not been a major impact just yet, but they're winning games. They got a little swagger to them. They got some vibe to them. But the Chiefs, man, it's just I felt like the Eagles beat the dog shit out of them in the Super Bowl and stole like all the mojo and the juju, and they get all the calls from the refs now, and the Eagles are now winning games where you look at it and it's like, how did they win this game? But they win it anyway. Like they Debo'd them. like Friday Debo, not Debo Samuel. They beat the shit out of him and stole their chain, and now they got all their swagger. But then like 2 games happen, and you're like, uh-oh. Maybe we all wrote off the Chiefs just because it was wishful thinking because we're sick of them. So, like, I mean, the Chiefs, like, they got to win this game, right? But I'm not going to pick them. I'm picking the Jacksonville Jaguars because I got to commit to the bit. I'm picking the Jags every single week. Guaranteed. They're walking out with the dub. Duval. You love to see it. Trevor Lawrence, 6 touchdown passes.
Jaguars are looking good this season. Chiefs are looking mid this season. We'll see what happens. Travis Kelce is probably going to yell at Andy Reid sometime during this game. That's all I'm going to predict.
I'm waiting for a professionally done photo of Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift, like one of those like cheesy like family photos where she's wearing high-waisted jeans and they're both wearing like billowing white shirts and there's like a nice beach backdrop and he's like cradling her very tastefully and he just looks like just a goofy ass white boy. I'm waiting for that. He's cooked. He's done. He's trash. Get him out of here.
I'm telling you,
Taylor can stay, but get Travis the hell out of here.
Every single time he's not playing well, he's not getting any thing going. He just yells at Andy Reid. They're like, "Why are you yelling at Andy Reid? You're getting passes. You're just dropping them or not getting them done. I'm sorry. Like it's on you, brother. Like
one day I'm waiting for one day Andy Reid just has enough and he snaps on him, body slams him, Vader bombs his ass.
I just want him to like bump him with his stomach, like get the fuck off.
Oh man.
So those are the picks for this week. The teams on bye are the Bears, the Packers, the Falcons, and the Steelers. Who benefits from these buys? Like we did last season. The Bears definitely benefit from it. They have a little bit of momentum going for them. And this is going to be a good time to sit back, analyze what they're doing good, analyze what they're doing bad, and just try to continue to get better. The Packers, they're a little bit, they started heavy, and now they don't, they're a little bit slowed down. But they can benefit from just getting some rest after that first month where it was a little bit uneven for them. The Falcons, they can benefit as well. They're also uneven. They had some good games, and then they had that bad game that they were pretty much, destroyed because they were not able to play well. So they can also look at that and make those adjustments that they need for the rest of the season. Steelers, well-deserved rest after that road game in Ireland. I'm sorry. So they can rest.
At historic Croke Park in that garbage turf, which isn't their fault because the NFL always goes in and play. Oh, you got a nice putting green out here, beautiful Bermuda grass. Let's mow over it and put down some garbage-ass turf. Stupid. Also, the play clocks didn't work. Come on, I know it was built in 1884, but like we gotta get some play clocks in there, dog.
Either way, the Steelers are gonna be able to get some rest and at the same time, get ready for the next week's game, and see if they can continue to grow with this Aaron Rodgers era, which will only last one season. See what that gets. So yeah,
I'm curious about the Bears.
This will benefit from the bye.
I'm curious about the Bears because, like, on one hand, you get an extra week to prepare. You're in a groove. You go into the bye feeling good about yourself. You got the extra week to prepare for it. They got the Commanders coming up, which, spoiler alert, probably going to pick the Bears as the revenge game because you remember the Bears were 4-2 last year, and Tyreek Stevenson's taunting the fans, and they give up a Hail Mary, and the Commanders went all the way. Where's my camera? All the way up. Bears went all the way down.
Yep.
So for the players, some revenge. Obviously, Ben Johnson wasn't there, but so I think the Commanders, and their inevitable gravitational pull to 500, will win this week, lose next week to the Bears. But on the flip side, like you got a groove going. You're flowing. You're figuring things out. I feel like you kind of want to keep that going. So I can see it going either way. But I wish they were coming out of the bye and playing like the Lions. It's just like, sorry, you still suck.
That's
fuck the Bears.
That's
and
very
fuck the
cool.
Packers too while we're at it. Trash.
And the Steelers?
Yeah, fuck the Steelers. Who's the fourth team on bye?
Falcons.
You know what? Fuck them too. They beat us. I don't like them either. And they beat us in the 98 championship. Yeah, fuck all these teams. They're all going to lose the bye. There's my other prediction.
Oh, man. Well, those are the picks for this week. Those were the teams on bye. I have no further predictions, honestly, from these games. It's a really short week. We have a full month of 16 games every single week. This is the one where we have two less. So we'll see. This is a week, I should say. We have two less games. The bye start from this week on, and I think they're going all the way straight to like week 13, where there's no teams on bye. So we'll see what happens there and see who benefits from all those buys in. We'll see what teams come out on top this week. Hopefully, I win this one, like you did last week.
Yeah, we'll see. I feel like I went a little rogue this week with the raw dog. When I come in with the stats, I'm like prepared, and then when I just go off the dome, I just do crazy stuff. I don't remember half my picks.
Hey, I went rogue last week on the Dolphins. You guys were messing with me and making fun of me, and look, they beat the Jets.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's the show. Hope you enjoyed it. Feel free to comment and tell us how stupid we are. But Caesar, thank you for joining me as always. This is your show. I just do all the work outside of the recording.
This is not my show. This is your show. I'm just a featured guest.
This is my channel. This is your show.
All right.
That's how I look at it. The flagship is my show. This is your show. Like, subscribe, tell your friends, comment, and tell us how stupid we are. So then when I look like a genius, I can say, no, you're a fucking idiot. Keep watching, but also you're a fucking idiot. Like, subscribe, tell your friends. Follow us on all platforms, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and YouTube. And tell me how beautiful my thumbnails are. That's it. Shouts out Bobby K in Brooklyn, baby. Shouts out my dad if he's still listening to this. Loyal listeners, day one, the OGs. Thanks for watching. Till next time.
God bless football.
Skol Vikings. Take it easy, football heads.
Duval.